we're faced with a situation where we're going to have transit, but we aren't going to have anybody using it.
Although Quebec is on pause and commuters aren't using public transit as often as usual, buses, metros, and trains are still running. Experts say the decline in ridership across Canada could be costing millions of dollars to transit authorities, including right here in Montreal. That's why one city councillor is urging the federal government to act now.
Do we want a transit long-term future? And if so, the federal government is the only one with the deep pockets to address this issue.
Snowdon City Councillor Marvin Rotrand has been reaching out to Canadian city councillors in Toronto and Edmonton to kickstart what he calls a municipal movement to get Ottawa to help public transit keep their buses and trains running even after the country transitions back into normal life. And he's not alone. The Regional Transit Authority in the Greater Montreal area has already estimated that for the month of April alone, ridership could drop to about 80 to 90%. Bringing the total for April and March to nearly $90 million in losses.
The financial impact of the COVID-19 mainly concerns a drop in fare revenues, and according to this scenario, it could represent a shortfall of just over $75 million in April. As for March, a first assessment allows us to estimate a drop in fare revenues of approximately $14 million.
The Canadian Urban Transit Association is seeking $400 million a month to keep services running across the country, as many transit authorities are foregoing fare collection altogether.
It's essential that the federal government, works with us in a positive way to ensure that we can afford to keep our transit network strong so that we're prepared for the recovery that will follow the pandemic.
When City News reached out to the STM, the Public Affairs Officer Philip Derry told us in a written statement that there is no plan to cut down all service or close the STM. On the contrary, with a gradual return to more normal economic activities in the coming weeks, the STM has already initiated meetings with partners from the business and health sectors to define measures to better frame the post-lockdown period with regards to customers sharing space on the bus, metro, and paratransit networks. But Rotrand says that's wishful thinking and prefers having the financial support now.
Even when normal begins, people are going to be afraid to use transit. They're going to be afraid to be with others in congested places. A lot of people will see that they can work at home at least several days a week. The nature of work will change.
In Montreal, Melina Giubilaro, City News.